Destiny stuff from here on out. So on Friday, we go back to Tampa and get there around like 2 or 3 p.m. Gathalion was hosting the charity stream at his house. It was what they had just finished that Thursday, so the day before they had just finished the week of different streamers coming on and streaming for 4 hours at a time to help raise money for St. Jude, which unfortunately I didn't get to do because I was traveling with my dad. But they had just finished that, and they were doing kind of like a party, like a thank you and let's get even more money raised for St. Jude party on Friday. So he invited a bunch of Destiny content creators, and I'm going to say the words content creators probably a lot during this talk. What that means is that you create some form of content for Destiny, whether that's vlogs, blogs, YouTube, Twitch, all of the above. The idea is you making a big impact on the Destiny community by providing content for them. That's what a content creator is. He invited a bunch of them. I thought it was just going to be the featured content creators at DestinyCon that he invited. Nope, he invited a lot. There were probably maybe almost like 100 people there at times. I mean, it was crazy. Honestly, I was very nervous. I think Kelsey and I both were to get there because King Gathalion is hosting an event. I actually was going to meet this dude who's been like an icon of Destiny for so long. And I knew Professor Broman, Crafty, and any other big streamer that you really could name was also going to be there. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but we get there and it was awesome. I mean, first things first, it was surreal as hell. And what I mean by that is I've spent hours seeing these people on screen, hearing their voices so I know different things about them, and then all of a sudden they're all in front of you in person at King Gathalion's house. And it was just a little bit like, what the fuck? Like, this is a little bit too much. It was really cool, though. I kind of felt like I knew everybody already because of what I just mentioned, having already watched them or whatnot. I felt like I knew everybody, but still, going up and hugging, shaking hands, talking to everybody face to face, we all sort of felt like we knew each other, was just really, really cool. His house is incredible. He has basically like a movie theater room where everybody was hanging out watching the charity stream, and then right next door to that, he has a huge, epic office with monitors everywhere, PS4s everywhere, and I got to be a part of the stream for about 30 minutes. Not the main part. There's 2 mics on the left and right seat. I was in the middle seat, so my voice wasn't heard that well, but I got to be a part of the charity stream in front of about 8,000 people on Friday, which was really cool. As soon as I went on, there were a bunch of people who donated from my channel and saying Jungle Squad, and people in the chat were all posting my emotes and Jake with exclamation marks, which was really cool, guys, because it made me feel like I really was supposed to be there, when at the beginning I was almost like, this is weird, like I'm not sure if I fit in, like am I really meant to be here? That kind of made me feel like I was. So after that, after I was kind of on the stream for about 30 minutes, he had drinks for those who were of age, so we were all kind of enjoying drinks, hanging out. Apple juice, of course. Well, apple juice for those below 21. It was regular drinks for those 21 and older. He also got a spread of food for us. That was really good. A little bit later than we thought it would be, but it didn't matter. Friday was awesome, basically. And it was also kind of the icebreaker I needed and probably everybody needed. Myself, and I'm sure everybody else, was nervous for DestinyCon. There were over 4,000 people that went there to meet us and to hang out. It was nerve-wracking, but this kind of broke the ice. We got to meet everybody, talk to everybody, and I think it made myself and everybody way more comfortable going into the event itself. To finish off Friday, I left the party around 10, maybe a little bit earlier, right around 10, I think. Met up with Southern Belle, Muzzy, Bowser, and YYZ, which was really cool because they were all hanging out, and I kind of wanted to make sure that I spent some time with them too, because they traveled so far to be with each other and to see me. And even though I was waking up at 6:30 the next morning, I wanted to be with those who mean way more to me specifically. So that was fun. I had a lot of fun with them. Got to sleep not right when I wanted to, but around like 1 or so, and 1:30 maybe. Woke up at 6:30. 6:30, DestinyCon. We're on Saturday now, DestinyCon day, and holy shit, it was insane. So, wake up, walk over to the fairgrounds. It was in Tampa at the fairgrounds, a convention center that held about 4,000 people, I believe. And there were a little less than 3,000 or a little more than 3,000 tickets pre-sold. They mentioned many times they wanted everybody to buy those tickets not to buy tickets at the door. There were 1,000 available at the door, but they told everybody to pre-order your tickets because then you can get right in. But we got there at 7, which was before anybody else was there. Us content creators got there, and we learned all about what the day was going to look like. We all hung out. We played some laser tag before the doors even opened. Doors opened first for the 100 VIP people who kind of came in. It was nice. Kind of broke the ice again. Just met some people, took some pictures, signed some autographs. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be doing either of those things, but had a few people ask for that. And then the doors opened at 10 for everybody, and holy crap. So the convention center just fills, and I'm going to do my best to not seem like I have a huge ego when explaining this part, but it's just kind of the way it is, and it was a little bit mind-blowing for me. I felt like a total celebrity the entire day, and I didn't expect to. I thought maybe some people would want to take pictures, maybe some people would want to sign autographs, but this really opened my eyes to the fact that, I mean, obviously you're all people, you all exist, I know that, but I'm still streaming and there's a number on my screen that says 500. It's different than being in front of 500 physical people there who look at me as, I don't know, but fans, basically, fans. It's different having that. I had probably at least 100 pictures taken, me with people or whatever, or just me like saying what's up. I had probably 300 to 400 autographs that I signed, and it almost became a game to try to walk through the convention center. Like, all right, we got to get to the water fountain. Let's see if we can get there without getting stopped. It became kind of a game, because what happens is you get into the crowd, people kind of notice, like, wait, is that GernaderJake? And then one person has the balls to go up and be like, hey, can I get a picture? And then when somebody does that, a group kind of starts to form. Not for me as much. I would have that maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people would start lining up, waiting for autographs. But like King Gothalion, Professor Broman, Mr. Fruit, they would go out and just get like lines of 50 waiting for them. It was crazy. So we had this backstage area that all the content creators had access to, and it was needed because it was exhausting out there, like on the main floor. The content creators kind of took, like, I don't know, just kind of had their own secret hiding space back behind the stage. We all hung out back there for a lot of it. I had 2 meet and greets for an hour apiece, in which basically people would come up with shirts, with posters, with whatever it may be, controllers, Destiny discs, and having me sign it and taking pictures and stuff. That was really cool because it was this full hour with a long line that wrapped outside in the sun in Tampa in the summer, which means 90 plus degrees, extreme humidity, not comfortable, but people waited in that line to go meet all of us, which was crazy and really cool. What ended up happening at DestinyCon itself, which was a little bit mind-blowing, is that, and I was kind of mentioning this earlier, but I didn't complete it, there was room for 4,000 people. They pre-sold about 3,000 tickets. These numbers are not exact, but around, which meant they had 1,000 tickets available at the door. They had a line that lasted about 4 hours. Ask Bowser, ask Azura. They were there. They can tell you about it. They had a line that lasted so long, and they had to turn away almost 1,000 people. That means almost 1,000 people flew, drove, whatever they did, bought hotel rooms in order to go to DestinyCon, stood in the sun for 4 hours, dying, just to be told, we are at max capacity, we legally cannot allow you in here. Which, like, is terrible and kind of heartbreaking because obviously those people really wanted to get in. But it's also, like, mind-blowing and really cool that there was that much excitement over this event, and I was just not prepared for it. It was really, really cool. Also extremely exhausting. There was an after party that took place at 7:30, which was just 30 minutes after the event ended. Kelsey and I went to that, tired as fuck, and the after party was really cool. We kind of for an hour just like talked to some people, didn't do too much. It was almost like that awkward party where no one knows what to do. Not gonna lie, just the way it was. We're awkward, we're gamers, whatever. But after about an hour, we met up with Epic Travism and Cemetery Gates, 2 of my viewers, and they both bought us drinks. We had drinks with them. We met up with Chad. And then from there, we went, and not all of us. It was, God, I'm going to miss names. I already know it. I'm going to try not to. Kelsey and me met up with Chad, with YYZ, with Southern Belle, with Toga Doubloon, with Muzzy, with Bowser, with Ryway. Fuck yeah, Ryway was there. G-Pit was there for a while. If I missed a name, I'm sorry, but we all went together. Ryway bought me a rose and I kissed his hand. It was hot as hell. We all went together to a bar and had drinks, played pool, just hung out like Jungle Squad, you know, because the convention, you get a lot of people who just have recognized me from 1v3s on YouTube, have been in my stream, whatever it may be, but just kind of know me. Then you get those people like those who I just mentioned, who truly are in the stream all the time, are helpful, are moderators, are friends. So we as a group kind of went out and kind of isolated ourselves so that we can all actually hang out and have better time together. Did I mention Azra? I think I did. Azra left right before we actually went into the bar, but he was there for a lot of it too. It was fun. It was really fun. So DestinyCon, that was basically it. Way past my expectations. So many people wanting autographs and pictures and stuff, and it was so fun. I had a blast doing it. There was a kid who flew from Atlanta. He was like 8 years old. His dad flew with him from Atlanta just to meet me. They were like, he was wearing my shirt. He was wearing this exact shirt. Flew just to meet me. So I signed a poster for him and wrote some nice stuff because I was like, did somebody really take all this time to come out just to meet me? Like, I understand it for Gathalion, for Fruit, for somebody like that, but me? Like, holy crap. It was so, I've said it 25 times, mind-blowing and cool, and I apologize before getting into this segment. I didn't want to sound like I had a giant ego, but just the way that day felt, wanted to express it the way it really felt, wanted to be true about it. That's the way it was. It was really cool. For people who are joining in the middle, reminder, donations, subscriptions, anything like that will not be read right now. The chat, I am not reading that either. When I finish talking about what happened at DestinyCon and what happened at Disney World, which I'll get to next, I will then read the chat and I will go over people's questions and talk about those. But for now, I'm ignoring the chat, ignoring everything, just talking so I can prevent myself from getting distracted. So next is Disney World. We wake up Sunday morning, this is the day after DestinyCon, with no idea exactly like what's happening, how we're getting there. To clarify for a lot of you that I'm sure don't know what we're talking about, King Gathalion, for the content creators that were featured at DestinyCon, so those who participated in panels, those who were in meet and greets, whatever it might be, he invited all of us as like a thank you to, damn it, he invited all of us to Disney World, where we just kind of like, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. He invited us there. He had villas. Villas! Because he's King Gathalion. He doesn't fuck around. That's what he told us. And I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I was like, this is not something I should say no to. I had plans to leave Sunday morning and come back to Denver to stream Trials, but he messaged me about 3 weeks before, and I was like, I'm not saying no to this. I'm going to go to Disney World and hang out in some villas with King Gathalion. So that morning I messaged him, and I'm like, all right, how are we supposed to get there? Are we traveling independently, like Ubering? Is there a shuttle? What's happening? And he's like, yo, I'll pick you up. So he came over, he picked up Lucky, Buttwipe, Lori Pops, who's Lucky's girlfriend, Kelsey, and myself. And the 6 of us drove up to Disney World together. And what's really cool about this is we kind of formed like a little bit of a team. I don't know why, but I think it was just a result, as a result of being in his car, we formed a bit of a team. And the 6 of us drove up together, got into the villas at Disney World. Immediately we go to lunch. We met up with a ton of people there. I'm not going to go over everybody. I would estimate there were about 25, 30 people that were in this trip, maybe 35. We all met up for lunch, and immediately King Gathalion was like, fuck this lunch, we're going to Epcot, I want to eat there. So we're like halfway through our sandwiches, and we're just like, okay, trying to shove it down our mouths, like, I guess we're going to Epcot. Go to Epcot. They did a drinking around the world thing. For those who don't know what Epcot is, they like mock different countries, so you can like go to pretty much whatever country you may think of. Like, you can go there, experience their culture, have their food, have their drinks. So they were all going one by one, getting drunk at each place. I'm not a good drinker, so I wasn't participating. I bought him a beer, had a beer myself, but that was it. Then Kelsey and I, because they got slower and slower. I mean, it was like they got to freaking China and took 30 minutes, and they got to the U.S. and took 45. And I was like, you know what? We're going to go hang out on our own. We're going to go do our own thing. We met back up afterwards, after going on some rides and stuff for fireworks and whatnot. And then we traveled back to the villas. The villas were insane. There was one that was kind of King Gathalion, Professor Broman, Kevin, the 3 that put on DestinyCon, and their wives or significant others. No, it's wives for all of them. Then there was another one that had 4 different rooms with 3 beds in each room. and it was a total clusterfuck of amazingness and chaos. It was crazy. So, like I was kind of mentioning earlier, it was like Lori Pops, Lucky, Buttwipe, myself, and Kelsey were kind of like a group, and we did a lot of things together. There were others as a part of it, but we were like the main group, us five, that we just like hung out and did everything together. It was fun as hell. That night we went out to the pool, which was like 85 degrees. Hung out there. Tried to go to sleep at like 1, but everybody was going in and out of rooms, getting fucked up and doing crazy things. It's kind of like a college house party. Managed to sleep a little bit. Woke up the next day. Gothalion messaged me, and this is what I'm talking about with the group. He messaged me, Lucky, Buttwipe, Lori Pops, Kelsey, and was like, yo, do you guys want to go to Magic Kingdom? Because I guess we were he was our ride. So we all went to Magic Kingdom together. It was really cool getting to bond with, and honestly meet with King Gothalion, because like, I'm not sure he really knew anything about me, and he's such a big influence on this Destiny community. It meant a lot to me to get to meet him and talk to him and spend quality time with him. But even more so, Lucky and Buttwipe and Lori, like, we bonded a lot. It was really, really fun. I consider them really good friends at this point, whereas before I would maybe watch their stream every now and then, sub to them, but not much more. But I consider them friends at this point. We went to Magic Kingdom, did some rides and stuff. Kelsey and I split off at this point. Went to Animal Kingdom because she wanted to hang out with the animals because she fucking loves animals, and it was fun as hell. Went back to Magic Kingdom. I don't even want to go over all the stuff that happened, but it was just Kelsey and I at this point. We wanted to meet back up with like Lucky, Buttwipe, Lori, Cheriona, that whole group. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of traveling back and forth at that point, but end of the story, we were starving. Lori, Lucky, Buttwipe, Kelsey, myself all went to IHOP, and it was amazing. Went to IHOP, ate some pancakes and stuff at like midnight, went back to sleep, traveled back home. Here I am. If I could wrap up DestinyCon and like summarize it for you, it was surreal seeing everybody, my fans, my friends, different Destiny content creators that I had never met. Having everybody in one space was just crazy, amazing. Guardian Con will be in July next summer. I really recommend you guys go. It's so much fun. It really is. I'm sure people in the chat can attest to that. It's a ton of fun. It's worth putting a few days aside and spending some money for. It's totally worth it. But like I was saying, summarizing, surreal to be around everybody, amazing to be around everybody, eye-opening for how not only big this community is, but how positive this community is. $540,000+ raised for St. Jude in a week from the Destiny community. Total charity, all to charity, incredible. Amazing to see everybody here in one place. It was only positive things. The only negative things ever said were about the line that was going on when people were trying to get in. That was the only negative part. That was it. Other than that, one hell of a community, a ton of positivity. I knew that this community, this Twitch directory and YouTube community was amazing, but I didn't know just how amazing until this whole experience happened. I can't thank everybody enough who was a part of it. It was truly a blast and a one-of-a-kind experience for me. I had a hell of a time. If you're watching this on YouTube, that's going to be the end of this segment. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, let's get into the questions and stuff. Ask me if you want me to expand on something or whatnot. We'll talk more about it, and then we'll go play some Destiny. That's the plan.